Hi, everybody. How are you all doing today? I am so excited to share with you our first counseling core instruction lesson for our NTI week. Today, we are going to be talking about fear. And I want you to pay really close attention to those letters, F-E-A-R, in the word fear, because we're going to use each of those to kind of talk about how we can deal with our fears. This is a really strange time for us dealing with the coronavirus and social distancing and having to spend so much time at home. And I'm sure you're feeling some fears and some worries about that because I know that I am too. So we're going to go through this presentation today and talk about some of the things that we can do to kind of deal with this. So first of all, we need to recognize that people are scared of all different kinds of things. Some people are scared of monsters or other imaginary things or scary things that they see on TV or movies or read in books. Some people are scared of natural disasters, things like tornadoes or fires or floods or different things that occur with the weather or things that we really can't have any control over. Other people are scared of different types of animals. I know for me, and you all are going to laugh at this, but I am terrified of mice. No matter how big or how small they are, little mice just make me cringe. I'm so scared of them. Some people are scared of snakes or sharks or different sorts of forest animals or jungle animals. Some people have fears of animals. Other people are scared of accidents. This is also something else that I'm kind of scared of. Every time I'm in the car, I just get a little anxious, especially when I'm the passenger in the car, of accidents. Some people have a fear of flying because they're scared of what if the plane crashes. So there are lots of people who are scared of different sorts of accidents. Some people are scared of sicknesses. Some people are scared of coming down with an illness that they can't control. Some people are scared of getting cancer or another form of sickness. And now, especially in the way things are in our world today, people are really scared of COVID-19 or the coronavirus, this sickness that we don't really know a lot about. We don't really know a lot of details about how it gets transferred from one person to another. We don't know much about the cure for it. We don't have a vaccine or a way to treat it. And so this scares a lot of people. I want you to take a second and just in your own mind, or if you want to write it down on a piece of paper or share it with someone that might be at your home right now, think about what scares you the most. Is it one of those natural disasters that we talked about? Is it an animal or an illness or an accident? Think about, write it down, put it in your head, keep it away somewhere, something that scares you the most. I'm going to give you just a few seconds to do that. Okay, so as many of you know, fear is another word for scared. Remember, I told you that I wanted you to really think about that word fear, and we're going to focus on each of those letters, F-E-A-R, to think of some ways to deal with our fear or to deal with being scared. Here's a quote that says, "Fear defeats more people than any other one thing in the world." Think about that. Fear defeats more people than any other one thing in the world. What do you think that means? To me, that means that when people are fearful of something, it might prevent them from doing something. And in preventing them from doing it, it might defeat them in some way. So, for example, if I think about the accidents, fear of having an accident, whether in a car or an airplane or on a boat or whatever it may be, maybe while hiking, or it could be anything. If you are so fearful of that you don't do it, then you might miss out on a lot of really cool things in life. You might miss out on opportunities to travel or to explore other parts of our city or our state or our country. So, to me, that's kind of an example of how fear can defeat you and what you do in your life. If you can think of another example, I want you to comment on this assignment and share that with us. So let's think of some ways that we can overcome our fear. First, we're going to look at the letter F and the word focus. One way to overcome your fear is to focus on what you can control. There are some things in our lives that we have no control over. We can't stop them. Those would be some of those sicknesses that we talked about, or the natural disasters, things that maybe happen in our weather, like a tornado or a flood. We have no control over those. We can't stop those sorts of things from happening. However, we can control our reactions to those things. Here's another quote: "The only thing you can really control is how you react to things out of your control." So, when those things occur that are completely out of our control, what we have say over is how we react to those things. Are we going to just shut down and not deal with them? Are we going to run around and scream and cry? Or are we going to do some things to help ourselves and to help those around us? So, I want us to think of control like a circle. Here we have a small circle in the middle. Those are the things that you can control. And then on the outside, we have things that we cannot control. This is called our control circle or our circle of control. Look at an example of one of these. So in the middle, the things that we can control. We can control our attitudes. We can control being kind or how we treat other people. We can control being patient with others, controlling following the rules. We can control we turn off the TV if it's scary. So if things like monsters or bad people or things, ghosts, if that scares us and it comes on the TV or what we're watching, then we can control turning that off and not paying attention to those things. When we think of the coronavirus and what's going on in our world right now, we can control having a good attitude about it and enjoying the time of rest that we get to spend with our family. We can control being patient and not rushing out to get around big crowds of people. We can control following the rules, so making sure that we're taking care of ourselves, that we're washing our hands and not touching a lot of things, and that we're staying home and staying healthy and not going around people that don't live in our house. Some things that we cannot control is how long something will last. Right now, we don't know how long social distancing is going to last. We can't control that. Other people's reactions. We can control if other people get angry or upset. We cannot predict the future. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or the next day or even 2 or 3 weeks from now. And we also cannot control if other people follow the rules. If my best friend who lives down the street is not following the rules, I can't control that. I can only make sure that I do the right thing. What does your circle look like? So I want you to, I'm going to exit out of our presentation for just a second. And I want you to notice that in your Google Classroom, I have uploaded a circle of control assignment for each of you. So I want you to take some time to go through and complete this circle of control for yourself. In the middle, you're going to click on the text box. And if you need to, you can delete my text and you're going to type in some things you can control. And then on the outside of the circle, you're going to do the same thing, but I want you to share what you cannot control. Go ahead and complete that and share it with me so that I can kind of see what your circle of control looks like. All right, let's go back to our PowerPoint, to our lesson. And let's look at the next letter in fear. So remember, our F was focus. Our E is enjoy. Do things you enjoy. This is another way to help yourself overcome your fears and your worries and your anxieties. Make a list of the things that you enjoy. So maybe you like to play outside. Maybe you like to read adventure books or other types of stories. Maybe you like to draw. Maybe you like to listen to music or watch TV or play a game with somebody. Make a list of the things that you enjoy. Doing the things you enjoy can go inside your control circle. So remember, on our control circle, on the outside, we have those things we can't control, and on our inside, we have those things we can. Put some of those things that you and doing those things that you enjoy inside your circle of control. This is one way that you can control your fears or what happens in your life. Our next letter is A. So F, focus, E, enjoy, a deep breath. So one way that you can cope with your fears is to take a deep breath, or for some of us, we may need to take a lot of deep breaths to kind of get ourselves back together and to calm down. There are many benefits of taking a deep breath. This isn't just something Ms. Abdal says you should do or is a good coping strategy. There are actual health benefits to taking a deep breath. One benefit is that it lowers your heart rate. Another benefit is that it helps you relax. And then it also increases your energy. So if you're feeling tired or down or discouraged, deep breaths can help to increase your energy. Let's practice taking some deep breaths together. Here is one example of how to do that. I want you to think of your favorite thing. Maybe it's a warm piece of pie. Maybe it's a hot cup of soup or a hot bowl of soup or a hot cup of coffee. I want you to imagine that you have that in your hand. For me, I'm going to pretend that I have a warm piece of apple pie in my hand. I want you to pretend that you're smelling whatever it is in your hand. When you do that, take a deep breath in for 3 seconds. And now pretend you're blowing to cool it off and breathe out for 3 seconds. Practice this as often as needed. So deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Again, taking those deep breaths is another way to cope with your fear. One more cool thing to know about deep breaths. Did you know that humans are the only species that can regulate their emotions through deep breathing? Isn't that so cool? Animals can't do it. Fish can't do it. No other species can control their emotions through deep breathing like humans can. What a cool fact. All right, so we've had F, focus, E, things that you can enjoy, a deep breath, and now we have R, relax. One way to relax is to imagine that you're at your favorite place. Think about that in your head right now. Where is your favorite place. Maybe your favorite place is being out in nature. Maybe your favorite place is being on the beach. Maybe your favorite place is going to a relative's house or a friend's house. Maybe your favorite place is somewhere you've gone on vacation before. Think about in your head your favorite place. Imagine for just a minute that you're at your favorite place. Do you want to know what my favorite place is? I have lots of favorite places, but I love New York City. I love the big city. I love all the crowds. I love the buildings and the hustle and the bustle. So I'm going to imagine that I am in New York City right now. Close your eyes, thinking about being in that favorite place. Think about the things that you're doing there, the things that you're seeing. While you're picturing that, just count to 10 in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, make sure you come back to us. Don't stay in that favorite place for too long because we would miss you a lot. All right, guys, once you're back with us from imagining your favorite place, I want you to reflect on those 4 coping skills or 4 strategies that we talked about for helping to overcome your fear. F, focus. E, enjoy. A deep breath. And R, relax. Again, like I said at the beginning of this lesson, this is a really weird time for all of us. I feel it too. Sometimes I get really anxious and stressed out and worried and wonder about what's going to happen, and I have some fear of the future. But I have to remind myself that that's one of those things that I can't control. I can't control what's going to happen with the future, and I can't really control the sickness that's happening all around us. However, I can control making sure that I'm following the rules that have been put in place about staying at home, that I'm taking care of my body by eating healthy foods and washing my hands and making sure that I don't touch too many things or stay away from my face. Those are the things that I can control. I can also do some of these things like focusing and relaxing and taking deep breaths. And I'm really working on doing lots of things that I enjoy. I hope that after watching this video, you'll take some time to complete the Circle of Control assignment that's on your Google Classroom and make a comment on the video and share what you are doing to help control your fear. If you need anything from me, don't forget that you can fill out the Google check-in form, and I'll be more than happy to call or email or set up a Google Meet with you. Or if you just want to say hi, fill out the form to do that too. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.